Say go. All right, click and go live. And this says going live, going live, going live, going live. I'm live from my basement. It's Thursday night. As if I switch over here to my corner camera, see, I'm here all by myself. I'm so lonely. Not as lonely as I was last week, though.
Are you lonesome tonight?
I would be, but I have my friends are online and through Discord, as we do online only tonight, as in Central Illinois is getting hit by some weather. I'm just informing our many fans that tune in and want to know, right, that there is a weather event moving through, and it's not as much snow as it is the cold and the wind. But we are home. And sickness has gripped Central Illinois, has been gripping Central Illinois for the last, month. As if they don't have COVID, I just got demonetized. Oh, there goes my paycheck. And if it's not COVID, then it's a cold or bronchitis or pneumonia. Everyone's sick. So we are here separated, and now just 2 days before Christmas, not to boot. So, but we're playing. We got important stuff to cover, and we're going to get right to it. And I am going to jump to our fantastic, where is it? Beginning right here.
Take the gold dragon out. He's dead.
I was going to say, I think you should have taken the gold dragon out.
But is he dead? We don't know quite yet. We haven't figured that out, have we? We have not played that. I'm at camera. We have not played that yet. As we jump, let's jump. Oh, I'll do the recap live. I could just play my video from last week, right? So last week, 2 weeks ago when we met, we had battled the, I get them mixed up, the angry. We had battled the angry at the lake. We knew through our searching through the Misty forest that we needed to kill one of each of the Sarastorm before we would be able to find the entrance to the lair of Chuth and Neronvain. And so we had met with the druid who gave us the pointers and the path and the wreaths to help us along our way. And we found the lake, and we killed the lost, we killed the lonely, we killed plenty of wretched. And we got to the lake, and we ganged up on one of those darn angries before we hightailed it out of there. Good thing we did. Those were some badass, angry, monstrous creatures in their lake of poison. And so we hightailed it out of there, running up the path, and we ran around for a while until we came across what sounded like animals fighting, where we had, and we could hear them off in the brush off to our south, I think it was, and glowing as Grolgark stuck his head in there and blasted anything without seeing anything, blasted everything with its breath, killing an owlbear and wounding some more monstrous creatures, which then began the battle with the hungry. And as we went through this battle back and forth in the thick mist, right? Remember, we're in this deep fog. You can only see like 10 feet as this fog has been affected by the presence of this green dragon. And back and forth, the battle went. I think at first Strider fell, but then was rescued by Barkworm, pulled into his globe, extra powerful globe of invulnerability. And as these wretched creatures are bouncing off the globe, and Grolgar's taking on the battle, and as I'm trying to remember all the names, Olak and Christiana are battling it out, and eventually they get down to like just one or two of these hungry left, and Olak and Christiana decide to retreat, but Gloin stays with the battle to his demise, as one of them had ultimately taken him down and put him into taking death saves. And after he was in death saves, and because no one else was around, these wretched turn their attention to the fallen Gloin and pile on him, and they ultimately finish Gloin as he is dead. And not just dead, he's dead. Now, we all know, as we talked about at the end of the last episode, we all know that there are ways to bring people back to life. But Gloin was our cleric. He's the one that would do our revivify. We have the means, we have the diamond, the components, but we don't have the person able to do the spell. So then we'd have to find a different way. Or do we? So as we get to it, as I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my Google screen only, and over to our Foundry tabletop, and we look for our party. And this is kind of how we left it. I'm on screen. Hopefully all's copacetic here, right? And so, Gloin, Leonard, you've just been eaten. You're being devoured by these wretched, and you look up and into the darkness. You see a light, and in this we talked through this last time. You look at this light and you float toward the light, and this light is not the Shangri-La that you were hoping for, but it's the red eyes of the Dark Lord that had given you the ability to turn into Grolkark if you would just meet the condition of so many murders in a certain time frame, which you had at that time accepted, thinking you could just kill, some goblins or some orcs, or and that kind of bit you in the butt at least once. But since then, you go and you fly to these familiar eyes, and she addresses, Grolgark, you've returned. Perhaps you would like to be returned to the mortal plane. There would be a cost.
Mm-hmm. What would that cost be?
I could return you, but I would return you not as a gold dragon, not as a dwarf, but a blood dragon. You would be Plasmire, the great blood dragon, and you would be the harbinger of death and undead, and lead this world of Toril and the Sword Coast and all of the land back into a new age of undead and vampirism.
No.
And no! How dare you defy me? Well, fine, you will serve out eternity in hell. And she casts you to a plane of fire and brimstone and lava, the dark sun, red horizons. The sun is just a blot of haze off in the distance. You're in this rugged, hot. You feel like you have been cast into hell. You look off in the distance. There's a big plateau, a floating island, if you were. Looks like there's a city on top of it, and chains weighing it down, tethering it to the ground as it floats in the sky. This is some demonic possession. You might even see motes of demons flying off, or motes of fire floating through the sky as you kind of scurry yourself back. It feels like you, right? This is your material presence as you sit in this hot, oppressive atmosphere, and you close your eyes and you concentrate and you kind of shaking in disbelief. And as you close your eyes, you find yourself, your consciousness, returning to your body back in what we might call the mortal plane, the plane where your pals are. And as you do, as you look down, you see these wretched creatures just burying their face in your gut, they start to dismember and debowel you. And this is where you sit up. And as you sit up, you realize that you're not in control of your body. As you start to, your aspirations, a faint shadow of yourself sits up from your body, and you look at it. And as you look at these creatures that have surrounded you and piled on your body, you begin to wail in frustration and anguish of death. And it's in this wail that you unleash this power that you didn't realize you had. This power of, and let's see if I can find it here. This power of, do you know what it's called? The wail. You release a mournful wail. That this wail has no effect on concerns. All creatures within 30 feet of them that can hear must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, and otherwise you take damage. So I need Barkworm and Strider, and we said 30 feet. Let's see.
Well, they're inside a dome of invincibility, though, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how that works. Yeah, it looks like I need everyone to make this saving throw. This Constitution saving throw.
Called a whale. 1 day, one per day.
Yeah, so you're using that up for today.
Yeah.
I got a 15.
Okay. Wes?
An 8.
And let's see here. I had Olok's sheet up. Do I not have it? Ah, man, I had it up. I'll bring it up.
Ooh. It's a DC 17 Constitution.
On the one, you don't really want it to be easy.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, not my characters. So, Kenana is in a car driving to his sister's house, I think it was. And so,
That's what he said.
So I'm a little surprised he's not listening to us. Maybe he is. Hi, Ken. And so Constitution. It looks like he. Can I just click on this? Let's see, can I just roll that right there on the screen? Beyond 20? Guess not. Looks like he has.
Yeah.
Did it work?
24 was the first roll.
Did it work? Cool.
And 13 was the second. I don't know if that was an accident.
Yeah, it was. We're going to call it an accident. All right. So 24 will save. 15. Wes, how'd you do? You said 8. And Strider?
Oh, yeah.
21.
21. All right. So it's 17. So, Barkworm, looks like you're going to get hit. Now, as this is a spell, but it's non-targeting. So as we look at the global vulnerability, at Barkworm, as you are doing this, as your arcane might, your will that has been empowering this globe of invulnerability, as you are resisting the attacks from the wretched, your concentration on the spell is intensifies. You start to realize that it's not the globe of invulnerability that you thought it was, as we made a mistake. All right. So this globe of invulnerability, as you realize, doesn't necessarily repel physical attacks. It really just repels spell attacks. So, and a faintly shimmering barrier springs into existence 10-foot radius. Any spell 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can't affect creatures within it, even if the spell is cast from using a higher spell lot, such as a spell targeting creatures or objects within the barriers, but the spell has no effect on them. Similarly, the area within the barrier is excluded from the area's effects by such spells. Now, this doesn't say abilities, which technically, we were calling these, Leonard, this is an ability that's really isn't a spell. So I think for that reason, we have to say the dice roll is warranted. And
Ouch.
yeah, so from that, Leonard, if you would you like me to roll, or are you in Foundry? Do you want to roll? We need
No,
to
I'm
make
not in Foundry.
yeah, so we need to make this roll. Whale has no effect. All the creatures 8d6. This is not going to be pleasant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8d6. We're going to give this a roll.
You're gonna kill the rest of the party.
Yep.
All right. So as you let out this wail, the wretched start to pop, poof, 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 as their synapses, their eyes go cross, and blood starts to run from their eyeballs as they start to all fall dead. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Strider, I believe you passed, right?
Correct.
Let's see. Did I say half? On a failure, creature takes. On a success, the creature remains conscious and takes half damage. So, Strider, you took 10 points of damage. Barkworm,
Okay.
you took 21.
So I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs as a reaction,
Okay.
and that says that you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentum. I'm sorry, you turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Yes.
So I'm going to cast it on myself for my saving throw.
Okay.
So I have to re-roll my saving throw.
All right. Go for it.
And let's go find. I'm using the half screen, so everything changes. Re-rolling Constitution. And it's worse, of course. All right. So what did I take?
21.
21.
21. Well, I took my 21. And there's a second part to Silvery Barb, so I'll remember that for the next turn. I don't think I can use it at the same time.
So, and then Olak takes 10 points of damage, and Christiana, I think you failed, so you took 21 points of damage. How you feeling?
Are they within 30 feet of me?
Yep, I measured.
Oh.
And technically, it's a psychic thing, so I don't know how that affects these mechanical creatures.
Probably
Let me
not.
check. Immune to
Zola?
poison, charmed, exhaustion, poison. It doesn't say anything about like psychic.
Yeah, so I think we better roll for your robot. So I changed your icon here. Hope you like it. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's cool.
so we said Constitution, wasn't it?
So I've got a plus. Yeah, and I have a
Yes.
+6.
Constitution.
20.
Oh, so at least if he fails, he'll have 1 hit point left. So let's see for this quadrone.
Yeah, I was just looking at. And how much?
All right, so we have a +1 to the quadrone. I'm gonna roll that here.
I have to roll for my concentration, too.
All right, so the quadrone is down to 1 hit point, and I think he would have him go hide or crawl back in his portable hole. Wouldn't you agree? I don't think he wants to
Yeah.
risk losing him.
No.
I can repair it.
Eventually, when you have downtime.
Actually, my Steel Defender can repair it on its turn.
Yeah, well, his can't.
88 plus 4 hit points.
I'm just making a decision.
My Steel Defender can repair his quadrone.
Oh. Okay.
It says any construct or object.
Leonard, if you're looking at the screen, hopefully you like your new avatar, if it were.
So I must have missed a sentence. I was trying to pay attention, but so Leonard turned down the offer, the first offer, right? The
Cool.
vampirism,
And
was. You gonna say something?
well, I was kind of it sent him to Avernus, the first of the 9 hells. And from there, as he clutched his eyes in dismay, he saw that he could see through his former body's eyes, and he could rise from that body as a spirit. And
That's what I missed.
so he's come back into this land as a ghost.
To haunt us.
Well,
Yeah, that tracks.
yeah, and even as a ghost, he has no physical body, but he does have abilities, right? And so in the kind of the short of it was, I went through anything that was kind of ghost-like in the Monster Manual, and I pulled out a bunch of their abilities, and I gave it to him, and I kind of power leveled it up to where you guys are. Now, you guys, the rest of you can level up. Gloin cannot, but he has a goal. So I don't know, Leonard, if you want to talk for a while about what you know.
Well, so Gloin and the dragon is very focused on preventing the dragons from the evil dragon queen from taking over. So this is a driving force in his soul, and this is what brought him back as a spirit. As long as that goal is there to be achieved, he will be in this world as a ghost and stay until that goal is accomplished, I would guess.
All right, and so I guess Strider. Let's go back to our. We're somewhat still in initiative, right? So I would start with Olak, who's not here, of course. How Olak would probably go up here and say, round the stone and see that, and then kind of back. Oh my goodness, what the heck is going on? And looks back at Christiana, looks at the rest. What has happened to Gloin? And as he puts his hands to the side of his face, and guys, as he looks at the dead, wretched bodies all over the place, not to mention the hungry. I don't know if we have time for this, but something's coming up the path. And now, Gloin, it's back to your turn. You've just risen out of your body, and you've just took down these wretched creatures, and you're starting to, gather your senses to yourself. What would you do?
Well, I would be very confused, and I would look around and see everyone staring at me. I can't. I've died. I thought I could do this, but I couldn't do it. Now I'm dead and a ghost. Oh, I hate these dragons and all the crazy creatures they created. I will stay here, and I will make sure they do not succeed.
Nice.
Oh, I can't take this.
That's fantastic. That might be the best role playing I've heard from you. That's great. Barkworm, you see this apparition in the form of glowing pull itself in this bluish hazy I don't know, coloration out of the physical manifestation of the physical body of glowing. It seems to be distraught. What do you do?
Recovering from the psychic impact of his wail, I stand up and what has happened to him? And then I hear him say what he says, and I'm like, are you still with us?
For a time.
Well, I think we should make a plan while the angry are gone.
Strider, you're on deck.
Or was it the angry, the hungry? While the hungry are gone, we should make a plan.
Do we know they're all gone?
You would remember at least one of the hungry ran off and was not dead. And those wretched seem to be countless. It's just probably a matter of time before more return, especially with a fresh body on the ground. Strider, how do you react?
So Strider is, again, probably comparably confused, but glad that Gloin is with us, at least in some form. And so, but that whale, even at half powers, really made a dent in what health Strider had left. So Strider's going to be looking to either quaff one of his new potions or cast Cure Wounds or something, because there's not a whole lot of me left.
Yeah, you better do it.
Yeah. And we're going to go big or stay home. So...
I mean, those words are ringing. I mean, this is all in the same 6 seconds, right? As you heard Olak say, something's coming up the path.
Fantastic.
What did you just do? 6d20 plus 3. Wow, what is that?
That's my 6th level Cure Wounds. It's my only 6th level slot, but I felt it was imperative.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's a highly fortuitous roll. I love it. Makes me happy.
Wow.
You get 20-sided die for your healing? Oh, no, it's 26-sided die. Did you do that right?
Oh. Nope. No, I didn't.
I think you meant 26-sided die.
Let me look at it. Oh yeah, no, I did that way wrong. Sorry. That would have been awesome though.
It would have been.
However, I picked the wrong die. You're right. Thanks for the catch. I want to be straight. Let's try that again. Okay, that'll do.
All right. Now, you've cast a spell. Are you going to drink any potions also?
Well, I heard Olak say we got people coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I can, is that, I take it to mean that the potion would be a free action or something? I mean, Cure Wounds is definitely an action.
Yeah. I would say probably even drinking 2 potions would be free.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to, in addition to casting my biggest Cure Wounds on myself, in light of what's coming, I will also, I'll drink my newest potion, and that's 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll for that. That's another 16. Okay. And that one's gone. Okay. I definitely feel a little better. Sure.
All right. I think that's your turn. As we move to Christiana. Christiana, you hear Olak kind of stepping further and further away from you, and something about glowing and rising from the dead. Wes.
Yeah. Well, Christiana was feeling better until she was thwacked by his
A wave of psychic energy.
Yes, that. So staggering forward while drinking a potion, she would say to Olak, "Why did we come back again?" All right.
And Olak says, well, I'd rather be with my friends instead of whatever's coming up at the path after us.
We need to hide.
6 points of healing. Yes. Not doing so well. But as she rounds the corner, come on. There we go. She would be fascinated by glowing. Oh, fascinating.
Okay. Any actions or anything you're going to communicate?
Well, she would pull out her notebook and she'd start taking notes.
Oblivious to the her environment, and really to see him, you have to step a little bit closer, right? Because remember, we're in 10 feet. You have to be within 10 feet.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I've got nothing.
And you said you get all intrigued by it, and you start writing it down, and kind of forgetting where you're at for the moment as you see this incredible phenomena. All right, that is Christiana. We're back to Olak, and Olak says, "Are you guys crazy? We either got to get out of here or come up with a defense." What do you suggest? And
We're here. Point.
You mean go off the path?
I got a marker on it.
You want to get off the path?
The path, right?
Yeah. This way. Yeah.
Didn't the druid tell us to stay on the path?
Coming up the path. I get it. There's only two choices, right? Stay on the path and fight them, or get off the path and hope for the best. And
Maybe we should.
Tiny hut.
Maybe we should run. Or if you want to cast your hut off to the side of the path, I don't want to get off this path.
We could run, but what do we? I don't want to get off the path either, but if we stay on the path, we're going to be running the whole time.
And we're in no condition to fight.
They're following us. They know where we are somehow.
So if you want to cast your hut maybe right off the path, I guess.
If I cast it right here, it's a 20-foot diameter.
20 foot.
And so, like right here.
There's
So 10 feet in either direction.
Yeah.
10-foot radius. So it should go all the way up to that wall behind us, and from that rock to all the way to the wall, basically.
Yeah, I drew a picture. Can you see it?
We get inside that. They shouldn't be able to. Yeah, but it's not big enough.
It's not big enough. That's a 10-foot radius.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Okay. If it measured it at 10 foot, then that's fine.
Yeah, it says 10 foot on it.
Yeah. So we all can get in that, and it's far enough off the path that they can't see off the path. And I would have gone further to the wall, but this is fine for us.
I can move it a little bit. There.
Yeah. They definitely can't see us then. And I think we need to have Christiana get into the go get Ruckus and get out of this plane.
Well,
basically.
Oh. So when you enter that, so the portable hole and the lamp can't go in it?
Right. So I'll hold on to the portable hole. She gets into the plane, into the...
Are you sure they can't go in?
Whoever's got the hole can't go in it.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
It would,
Double check. It's fun. It's nice to have Ken around. He knows all the rules.
Can a portable hole go in a tiny hut?
oh, we can go in. It's just what's going to happen.
Because the tiny hut spell doesn't say anything about it.
Well, it says tiny hut inside a portable hole. The tiny hut is too big to fit in a portable hole. But that's not really the question.
There's no oxygen in the portable hole, right?
Correct. But it's the dimension. It's the dimensional thing inside of a dimensional thing. I think is what you're hinting at. And I don't think
I don't think that applies here.
I don't think a tiny hut is a dimensional thing, is it?
Yeah, it's just a spell.
Careful.
It's just, it's a shield.
All right, let's
look.
look.
You're not like a hole into the genie bottle.
You're not stepping into another extra dimensional space.
Right.
That's the point. As we bring it up. A 10-foot radius mobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave. 9 creatures of medium size or small can fit in the dome. Yeah, so you're not in extra dimensional space. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing it through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside of any color you...
Yep.
And you instruct everyone to go inside.
Yes.
Olak will comply. And take his mini with him. I forgot the name of your dog. What'd you name your dog?
Delta Oscar Golf.
All right, dog. All right, and so going in turn, we just did Olak Gloin. You hear them saying get inside this tiny hut. What do you do? And that there's people coming down the path. What do you do?
I don't think that's something I have to worry about.
So what do you do?
As a specter, what?
What do you do?
I hide.
And where would you like to hide?
It doesn't make any difference. Where'd it go? Oh, shadow stealth.
Well,
While in dim,
jump out and go boo.
no, while in dim light or darkness, glowing Drokar can take the hide action as a bonus action.
So you just step into this tree.
Yeah, I mean, there's fog everywhere.
Yep.
I am fogged. I'm practically invisible.
You are practically invisible. There's no doubt.
That way I can keep an eye on what's coming up the path.
Yep.
Clop, 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 clop.
And I imagine my stealth and quietness is pretty good.
All right.
It doesn't really say, though.
Oh, well, it was Gloin's, right? So you still use your skills and stuff, unless otherwise.
Stealth as glowing was pretty bad because of all the armor I had on, but I don't know if the armor makes any noise now that I'm a ghost.
That's a good question about his armor. What happened to it?
His body and the physical, everything, his physical presence is still on the ground. We are to Barkworm.
He had really nice armor.
Yeah, I'll bring myself and my book into the.
And do you drop your globe?
Yes.
All right, that was Barkworm. So your action, Noel, was to cast that tiny hut, right?
Yes.
Strider, you're standing over the remains of Gloin, his gutted body, dead, wretched all around. Do you make a dash for the tiny hut?
I talk to him. I say, take the wreath from around my neck and put it on the girl.
Ooh, good idea.
Alrighty. Is there anything
I don't need it anymore.
Okay. Is there anything else of significance that he would have that we would?
And as you're having this conversation, you start to hear people coming from the path, not too far away.
Clop, 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 clop.
Get your ass in gear.
Well, I guess.
Well, careful! It's still Strider. It's still Strider's turn. Strider's got the stage right now.
Drag his body.
Right, but okay. I guess I'll wait. But I mean, it might influence what he wants to do.
Yeah, well, you can say something to him if you want it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Cristiano would tell Strider we should move his body.
Agree.
Really?
So.
Why?
Well, a few reasons.
Well, yeah. You look at the body and just looking at its position and its state of mangledness, you realize dragging it off the path, first of all, will be very noticeable, and second of all, will take you extra effort, as in your movement. Yes. So yeah. You wonder if you have time to do that. That's not a no. That is, there's risk.
Right.
As you can hear these people coming up the path. So Strider, what do you do?
I will attempt to. I will begin trying to. Man, I hate this stuff. You know I hate this.
It is part of the game, though.
I know.
I'd give you a hint of you want to at least get the wreath. I think that was a very good idea.
Yeah.
He's also got the diamond, and he's got, assuming it's intact, which he has very nice armor.
Well, the wreath is around his neck, and it's obvious. The diamond is one of his many pouches, and he would have to doff the armor. So, certainly no time for the armor.
Right.
Right. That's why I was
I'll
saying you
take-
drag the body, but cleansing state.
Yeah. Well, and I did think about dragging the body, but that's a mixed bag because, like Dave said, dragging a bloody corpse is going to leave a trail right into the woods, so they might chase us or come in and find us, and the goal is not to do that. If we leave him there, he just looks like a dead dwarf that lost his life on the trail to who knows what. Strider will take the wreath and head for the hut.
Just toss it to Christiana.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm within range, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can see that. You can see the outline of Christiana.
Yeah. Well, and I can make it to her, hand her the wreath, and I can still dart to the circle
Fair enough.
with my 35 feet of movement. So I take the wreath off of Gloin, I rush it over to her, say, here, put this on, and then I dash. Oh, I don't have to dash. I move to the hut. So, zoop and zoop.
Book. Done. All right. Christiana just handed you a bloody wreath.
She'll begrudgingly, I guess, put it on. And then move to the tiny hut.
With the dog in tow.
Assuming there's nothing obvious to pick up.
Well, the obvious things on Gloin's body would be like his shield or his axe. Those would be easy to grab.
Okay. Yeah, she'd got those.
Well, I'd give you one or the other. We know his axe is magical.
No.
I thought your axe was like a +1 axe.
I thought so. Thought so too.
I don't think so.
It's not like you ever used it.
Even,
Yeah.
even axe, odd, shield. Well, odd. So she grabbed the shield.
Grab the shield. All right. All right.
Also, Glenn has joined us.
Glenn.
Hello.
Hey. How long you? I don't know how much you heard. Gloin is dead. He is now a ghost. You are deep in enemy territory, deep in the fog of the misty forest. You are battle weary. Your friends have taken a lot of damage, and there's people coming up the path. And so Barkworm has cast a tiny hut just off the path, some 10 feet off the path, and everyone has jumped in it, hoping that they can hide from the people coming up the path. However, the dead body of Gloin is on the path and will most certainly be discovered. Gloin himself is a ghost and has ducked into a tree and not too concerned about being able to be found, not expecting to be able to be found.
Okay, Gloin is a ghost, so we can interact with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
You,
can he interact with the physical world?
to a certain extent, right? He is a ghost. He floats through things like a ghost. He can use an ability to do some sort of physical interaction with Earth, with the mortal plane, right? So he can't just grab something like you can.
Okay.
All right. And as these people come by,
No, I would also tell everybody you gotta whisper. We can't talk. They'll hear us.
all right, so we're just going to move here as I should get Gloin's body back. Let me get Gloin back. Oh, did I delete it? I didn't delete it, did I? Aw. Really? Oh, that's too bad.
Sure, it's on another map.
And not one I have up. Huh. All right. No matter. Oh, copy and paste. Right there. There's Glenn's body. As they come up to the body and they say, "Oh, look here," and they refer to Zeus. Tell Zeus there's a body here. Zeeas is the name they're referring to, and you can see through the tiny hut, right?
Yes, but not through the fog.
Yeah, you can hear him talking about Zeus. There's a body up here, and some almost regal voice says, "Step aside. Let me take a look." Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. Step aside. Let me take a look. It's a female. and somewhere in the beyond the mist, as you strain to hear and look through the mist, you can see there is this bluish glow from somewhere beyond. And this person gets off. You can hear as these people get near the hoofs of a horse, and this person gets off the horse and starts to examine the body. And then she casts some sort of spell to speak with the dead, and just says, "Spirit of the undead, I command you to rise and talk to me." And Gloin, you are compelled to present yourself.
What?
Now, as far as she knows, this is the effect of her spell. Okay?
Okay.
She does not. So, matter of fact, I would say this isn't your body doesn't even. But you can feel this tug on your psyche as it's funneled through or comes through your physical body, and she commands you to say, "Undead dwarf, what is your name? What do you call yourself?"
Glowing.
And Gloin, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your returning, even if it's so temporary, to the mortal plane. How is it you met your demise?
Whatever they were, the hungry?
Well, you might even just call them the monsters.
The monsters. I thought I could beat them, and I could not, and they killed me.
As she
But
looks,
I won't let this be the end.
she looks around at the dead wretched around, and just kind of kicks them. It seems you've took out many before you succumbed to your wounds.
Yes.
Tell me, how did your companions fare? Do they need assistance?
I don't know. They've left me. I'm lost.
There. We will send you along your way not too long. Tell me about your companions. How many people traveled with you?
Wretched creatures. Deserters. They don't deserve me.
Well, you're free of them now. But how many of them were there?
I don't remember.
Now, Spirit, I don't wish to cause you anguish. As you are under my control, you are compelled to tell me the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
How much can she actually compel?
Well, let's look at the spell. All right, speak with dead. All right.
I didn't know there was any undead spell that you could. That'd be crazy powerful.
There is a speak with dead, and we've used it before.
Maybe I should reap her memory. Would this be an opportune time to turn into a ghost dragon for 1 minute and just wipe out her party?
It would be, you grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. Oops. The spell falls if it fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. And the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, and repetitive. And the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. There you go.
Okay.
The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body. And then, so the final question, Dwarf. In which direction have your companions gone?
They scattered like the wind, the wishy-washies that they were.
Gloin, I wish I could say you are of more help. And she waves her hand and dismisses you. and she speaks to the rest of the crew and says, "Get comfortable, guys. We're going to be here a while." And she starts to sit down, and you hear chanting.
Okay, I can't let this happen. So I have a question for you, DM.
All right.
So you've given me the power to become the ghost dragon for what, 1 minute at a time, 3 times a day?
Actually, I changed that. If you look at the later document, I made it. I changed it to 1 hour.
Do you realize how many hit points a ghost dragon has?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. So.
But I did change. So as opposed to you could be a dragon indefinitely, you can now only do it for an hour at a time. So
That's better than 1 minute.
It's better than 1 minute, but an hour at a time means you can't fly across the country, right? You can't fly. You can do 3 hours in one night, perhaps, but you can't do 8 hours like you did when you got here.
Well, I'm not interested in flying right now. Right now, I want to devour a wizard or whatever she is.
Yeah, you can try. I told you what she did.
That sounds like a challenge.
I told you what she did. She sat down and you hear her chanting.
Yeah, I said this. I can't let this happen.
And so,
and so I turn into a ghost dragon and I come out and I attack her.
All right, I think it's time for initiative.
But we're in the tiny hut. Can we see what's going on outside?
So, no, you can't, actually, because you can only see things within 10 feet.
Oh, because of the fog still.
Yep.
And is our tiny hut invisible, or they just can't see it because of the fog?
It's opaque to them, but it's transparent for us to see out. But we run into the fog issue.
Okay. So we don't know what's going on.
We hear just fine.
Unless we hear it. Could we hear that whole conversation?
Oh, you could hear the conversation with the ghost for sure. And you can I said you could hear her chanting, but you don't know Gloin's thought process, right?
Right. Okay.
Now,
So-
perhaps as he transforms from a ghost into the dragon ghost, maybe Gloin lets out
Mighty roar.
a roar.
A dreadful.
Leonard,
What?
first of all, let's start with initiative.
Okay.
What'd you
I
get?
don't have.
Do you need me to roll for you? You want me to roll
Yes.
for you? All right.
Yeah, it's
Dave, just him or everybody?
Just him. Well,
Okay.
I can let you. We'll get to you. We'll get this started. Because you don't know battle's about to begin, right? So, but I'll give you a reaction. So, Gloin, I rolled a 7 on the die.
since I'm the one initiating contact.
Yep.
Don't I get?
I totally agree. You will get a surprise around.
Because the first thing I'm going to do is terrifying breath.
All right, and okay, so you're doing what you're doing, and I'll go back to the tiny hut. For the rest of you in the tiny hut, you start to hear the chanting. You heard that whole conversation. Especially Wandering Barkhorn and Olak would recognize that this person is beginning a ritual to cast some sort of magical ability.
Would we recognize the words? Therefore, the spell.
Give me an Arcana check,
What-
and I will do it for Olak as well. Olak, where's Olak? Olak's Arcana is a +3. +3.
That's a terrible roll. But, oh wait, I get advantage because of the. It hasn't been a minute yet, right?
Since what?
Since I moved into the tiny hut.
No. It's been almost the conversation had to happen, right? And they cast that raise from dead, and so it's close. No, we'll give it to you. Fine.
We'll just take it as it is.
All right. Let's see what. So you both rolled 10s. Do you know what the spell is with a 10? Would the spell be how he casts it, how she casts it? Would it be different than how? Well, let's ask. So, do you have detect magic spells? Does Olak have a detect magic spell?
I do.
Yeah, all right. So you recognize it as a detect magic spell.
Okay. I would let everybody know, hey, she'll be able to detect magic within 30 feet of her, which just puts her inside the range of the tiny hut.
Okay. As he tells you that, any reactions? Oh, I need to get Ruckus on here.
I would.
Well, first of all, Ruckus pops out of the lantern.
So.
Oh, wait.
You attempt.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have further complications. Do you really want to say anything?
That's a good point.
Ruckus pops out, and Ruckus, I need you to give me an wisdom check. I want to see if you recognize the scenario you're in, or if you say something.
Okay. With
You want a high roll.
yeah. So I don't know if this is going to do anything. But you beyond it, I got a 9.
That doesn't seem good enough. So you
Hey,
pop,
guys, what's going on?
and then somewhere beyond you hear voices. You guys hear that? And Gloin, you certainly heard that. And you would recognize the voice as Ruckus. And as soon as you say that, Christiana's right there and grabs your arm and pushes and puts her finger to her mouth and says, "Shush." Right? To silence you.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, have I had a short or long rest since I last?
I will give you a short rest. As since you had the encounter with the angry, right? They have wandered through the forest, and you said you were feeling the ill effects of the poisonous lake, and you needed to take a rest. So you went into the lamp, and it's been at least an hour. So I'll give you the effects of a short rest.
Okay.
Okay. Strider, any reactions to all this?
Well, so what I'd like to do is, let's see, where's it? Oh, but we're not in that mode, are we? Shoot.
You're huddled in this tiny hut. Barkworm has told you all to be silent because they can still hear you, even though they can't see you or come to you. But you should be silent because they could hear you.
Right.
Ruckus popped out and said, "Hey, what's going on?" before you could shush him. And you heard the grumblings from somewhere beyond the fog that, "Hey, what was that?" And you hear the chanting of a female chanting of some sort of maybe magic user.
Mm-hmm.
Christiana will do you next.
Okay. No, I don't have a. There's no action that I want to take.
So I imagine you're concentrating on being still and quiet while at the same time being ready for action as it's needed.
Agree. That sounds perfect.
Christiana, how about you? Olak popped out and you grabbed him as he started to talk and shushed him. Anything else you'd like to do, Wes? Wes.
Okay. Now you can hear me. I was on mute. Christiana would be mostly focused at this point on healing and repairing.
Yeah, at the same time, I get that, but you also know you need to be silent, and you are in close proximity to a credible threat.
Fair. No, there's not much that she can do.
Okay. All right, so now I go back to Gloin. After hearing Ruckus, I don't know if you change your plans or if you continue.
Oh no, this is perfect because terrifying breath. It's a 21 Constitution saving throw for each creature. It's a 90-foot cone, so I mean I should cover just about. I should cover everybody.
Absolutely.
In front of me.
This is the terrifying breath.
Yeah, it's a part of the dragon.
Oh, it's part of the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops, she just went past. There you go. So it's 90-foot cone. 21 Constitution saving throw. If they fail, it's 40 cold damage, and they're frightened of the ghost dragon and paralyzed.
Okay.
On a successful throw, it's half as much, and they're not frightened. While frightened of the ghost dragon, a creature is paralyzed. The frightened, well, they can repeat their saving throw every turn, I guess, or something like that.
Okay. So let's do the cultists. Constitution, these are +2s. We got 7 of them to make. D20s.
We got
Roll. The first 2 passed. The third one passed. These 17s, right?
21.
21 points of damage, 17 to save, wasn't it?
No, 21 to save.
Dang, 21 to save. All right. Well,
Yes.
the first 2 still passed. Third one missed. So 3 of them saved.
She fell.
And the damage was 40.
40 cold.
40 cold.
Or 98 if you want to roll it.
No, that's fine. 40 cold is. If you're happy with that, I'm happy with it. So
Happy with it.
that means down, 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 down. Now for her. So Constitution +2. I use Control Tab all the time to jump screens, and so when I don't jump a screen, it throws me off. So D20, and she's going to choose to roll an ability. Probably not going to be enough, but let's see. Not enough. All right. But she has frightened. So, okay. The spectral ghost pokes its head out and releases it. I'd say moves over kind of like this. All right, to get them in the cone.
Yeah, you're sure. My main purpose is to stop her from her actions.
Certainly interrupts her spell. And she takes a large amount of damage. So
And she's paralyzed.
yeah, well, she's gripped with fear, right?
She's paralyzed.
All right.
Read it.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back.
And all right, Ghost Dragon exhales a shadowy mist. So from within the hut, you hear this roar of a dragon and screams from beyond, somewhere in the mist, as this blue energy swirls somewhere out in the mist. 40 cold damage, is frightened of the ghost for 1 minute. On a successful save, the creature takes half the damage. While fighting the ghost dragon, creature is paralyzed. The frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. If a creature's saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the creature is immune to this ghost's terrifying breath for the next 24 hours. All right, so she is paralyzed. The other 3 are
20 damage, they're not paralyzed.
Right. Took the 20 damage and aren't paralyzed. And on their turn, what would they do? These are druid cultists.
Question.
Yes.
What happened to the horse?
Yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question.
What's a horse's wisdom?
Yeah, well,
Constitution.
first of all, it's not quite just a horse.
Oh.
So it was a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes. Oh no, not a nightmare.
This is +3. So it's a 19. 19. So it failed.
Failed.
And so it's gripped with fear. And paralyzed. And what would these three do? It wasn't expecting that, so this isn't... absorb elements is not a reaction spell, is it? Doesn't look like it is. I think... so one thing that the 5th edition doesn't have that I wish it had is a morale check.
Morale check.
All right. They're going to need to have a 15 or better, or else they're going to hightail it out of here. I know that people would call that fear, but this is morale. So,
Anyways,
well, and their leader is stuck too, right? That's got to be disheartening.
Yeah.
Our powerful leader's stuck.
yeah. So they look at this ghostly dragon that just blasted three of their companions dead. They look at their leader, who seems to be mouth agape, looking at this dragon in fear and paralyzed. They say, "Ziaz, what should we do?" Ziaz! They run up to her, shake her, and she is just kind of paralyzed. They look at each other. I'm getting the heck out of here! So, 15, 20, 25, 30. 15, 20, 25, 30. As they all make a run for it. And then they will dash. All right. Now it's still their turn. She gets a chance to roll to get out of it, right?
On her turn, yeah.
Now she has advantage from being frightened. I didn't give it to him on the first.
Damn.
So I didn't give it to him on the first time because it was an effect of the spell, the cold damage. But I'm going to give it to her this time.
Frightened or paralyzed? Is it the same thing?
Well, she's paralyzed because she's frightened.
Oh, okay. I thought frightened usually meant you tried to run away, but...
Usually it does, but this one says you're paralyzed, so you're not running away.
Okay.
Says, while frightened of the ghost dragon, a creature is paralyzed.
Okay.
She's still paralyzed. Zias, on the other hand, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
The horse disappears.
I don't like that. What do you mean it just disappeared?
It like vanished. And give me a perception check. Okay, I will roll a d20 and we'll see how you do.
Because my perception as glowing is a +9.
19. As it aspirated, right, vanished, it seemed to be sucked into a pouch on the hip of Zias.
How did she do that while paralyzed? Unless
Well-
it's an action of the horse.
Exactly. I don't think Zias did it. I think the horse did it.
Awesome. Now I know where you both are.
It's your turn.
It is my turn,
Yep.
so I need to finish this if I can. So I'm going to go up to her and attack her with. I have 1 bite and 2 claw attacks.
Well, she's paralyzed. I think it's automatic hits. I don't. Let's look up what's a paralyzed do.
Right, they're automatic hits.
Yeah, but are they automatic crits as well?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Paralyzed. Here it is. Bring front. Attack rolls against have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit.
And you have advantage.
So how would you like to kill this thing?
I'd like to rip her into shreds. So she
Okay.
never appears again.
Okay.
The claw attack just goes right down from top to bottom, and she separates up into like 3 different sections.
Yeah. 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 You tear her body all apart. She never even had a chance to attack. All right. She will be resurrected as a new NPC at some point in the future. Yeah, she's dead, laying there on the ground.
And the others have all ran.
The others all ran off.
Do the wretched come to eat her?
You would expect it. You would certainly expect it. At any moment, some of those wretched. Matter of fact, there's one right over here that scurries from the brush and dives onto her recently dead body.
I take a nice little easy claw attack and just wipe it and just cut it in half.
Yeah, you just kind of flick it and do your 10 points of damage.
I call out to my compadres. The witch is dead. What's that? What is that?
The witch is dead, mighty witch. The mighty witch is
Witch
dead.
Ding dong.
Any reaction? Let's start with Barkworm. Noel.
Yeah, I would say you guys can go out, but you can come back in if you need to. I think we just need to take a long pause.
Ruckus.
Sound point?
Say that again, Glenn.
Does it sound like Gloin's voice?
Yes. Or more specifically, the voice of Grolgark.
Okay. He said the witch is dead. So yeah, Ruckus will stick his head out towards the voice and see what's going on. And then
I mean, so you stick your head out and you get not too far out before you see this spectral head, a blue ghostly head of a dragon, skeletal dragon at that.
yeah.
How do you... Why don't you give me a fear check? What is that?
It's a skeletal dragon, so it doesn't even really look like
Oh, no, not at all.
Hey, what kind of check?
Yeah, I don't know, wisdom saving throw? Are you doing it, Glenn? Would you like me to do it for you? Did we lose you?
4.
You got, yeah. You see this and you wet yourself,
Pissed out my leg.
and you dive back into your hut. It's like, don't go out there. There is some ghost dragon out there. All right, sidebar.
It's me.
Yeah, he's claiming to be glowing, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I would have like what would I have ready? I'm ready to throw something if it sticks its head in here. I don't know about that.
Yeah, you'd probably prepare a spell.
Yeah, that's what I was like scorching ray. Maybe.
Yeah.
Although it's a ghostly dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna work on him.
Great point.
Maybe dispel magic would be more, or hold monster.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah, okay, so
Go ahead.
I will have hold monster. That's my held action, but I'm
Really?
I'm suspect. It's got Gloin's voice.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And I've been gone for a while, so I don't know what the hell's
Yeah. Mark off the spell slot.
Yeah, so if you hold it,
really?
Yeah.
Oh. Dude.
Well, hey, now just because you know that probably wouldn't change how we'd react.
Okay.
Strider, Christiana, what are you guys doing? Wes, mute.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Christian.
so Strider is fortunately immune to being frightened. So he will have heard what Ruckus said. So it's like, why don't you all stay here? I'll go see what's going on. And so I would,
It's
maybe,
a ghostly skeletal dragon with Gloin's voice. That's what's going on.
well, right. So, well, are you? Let's see.
No, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Don't let me stop you. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I guess
What the hell is going on around here?
I think Christiana would be interested in going out to find out.
At least Christiana and Strider have the benefit of knowing that Gloin has risen as a ghost, where Ruckus didn't know that.
Right. So, yeah, we can get back into the hut, right? This isn't like...
Yeah. Is that correct, Noel?
yes, you can pass through with my permission. Yeah.
Okay. So, Strider will step out, and assuming he's right there, I assume I can see him. He's not that far away, right?
Right.
And so, I'll look up at this thing and say, Gloin, is that really you? What happened?
She was casting a spell, and I figured she was trying to find you guys, and I couldn't let that happen. So I turned into a ghost dragon, and killed her.
Can you see my screen in Discord?
Yes.
That's kind of what you see.
And that's a huge creature.
And tell me, come on, that's a fantastic picture. Pretty damn cool.
Looks just like me.
The new you.
And with that, let's take just a moment and go to this and enjoy our new theme. Do I have the thumb handy? Let's see here.
It's like you had this all planned out ahead of time, didn't you?
And I don't know what you mean by planned out, but I.
You know me so well, don't you?
Oh, I did not know. I did this after our session last time. I've had 2 weeks
To figure that Leonard could not pass up the chance to turn into a dragon again.
There, I'm still on screen. There's the thumbnail. There's the dead glowing body with him stepping out of it.
It's the feet.
Oh, nice.
What'd you laugh at?
His feet there. That
Yeah.
he's lying dead in the front.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty happy with that. Anyway. And so that's one thing. Another thing is that wail that you did. Now that you've heard it, you won't be affected by it again.
Who won't?
The party, your companions.
At least not for 24 hours.
No, well, this wail of the dead thing that you used on earlier in the night.
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
This.
I think.
There's nothing here that says that the same creature can't be affected by within 24 hours. I'm making a judgment call right here, saying now that you've heard that wail, you know what it looks like, and you can prepare yourself to not have to succumb to it.
Oh, by the way, it said the well has no effect on constructs.
Careful what we're looking at here, Leonard. I'm looking at the wail that you can do as glowing, not this thing that the ghost dragon did.
Right, I'm going back to when I did the well and you caused damage to.
Oh, right, yeah. It says specifically on constructs, no effect on constructs or undead.
Yeah, so it didn't take any. It didn't.
Good call.
Effect.
Yeah, good call. So Minnie's fine. Yep.
It doesn't say anything about being forever. And a lot of these do say something about if you pass the save, you're good for 24 hours. But this one doesn't say that.
I'm just saying that because these guys are your companion, they now know what this whale's like, and they don't have to do this save again. They won't.
I'm good with that.
I thought you might be. So stop arguing with me. Okay, now back to the game. Strider and Christiana poke their head out, and they don't go too far. They come face to face with the ghostly version of Grolgark, a skeletal ghostly version.
Right, and I'd asked him what happened. He explained that he took the woman and her team out because he was trying to protect us from her finding us, which is excellent.
It's all about you guys. You're always in my heart and my mind.
Oh, I forgot something.
Uh-oh.
This wretched that ran up to this creature, up to him, stopped and did not attack him.
Her, you mean?
Her. Yes, I mean her. Or any of the other dead bodies.
Really?
I'm going to scratch that one already.
But Gloin would be the one that knows that.
Okay. I still killed it.
Yeah, sure. but you noticed that it ran right up to its body, kind of did a sniff at her chest, and then was about to scamper back off in the woods before you gave it a little flick with your claw.
Wonder why it wouldn't eat them.
I'd like to take the dog out. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
You know what? I need to go to the bathroom anyway, so a couple minute break, guys.
Awesome.
Oh no. Shucks. Keep it up.
A little bit of air because there's two objects stuck in front. So there's a little bit of air between them, and the weight must have over it. So aesthetic.
All right, I'm back. So what am I looking at here? You put some pictures back in? Wes did?
Oh yeah, I was playing around with.
So all of a sudden she has a birthmark on her cheek?
But, yeah, the renders turned out weird.
Yeah. Glenn, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So did you go on up to your parents' house? Is that why you were late?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you... Did you go today or did you go yesterday?
Yeah, we left at like 6 in the morning just when it was starting to snow at home.
Yeah. And
Beat the weather.
the boys with you too?
Yep.
Nice. Very good. All right. Looks like Noel's still walking the dog.
I'm back.
All right. We're back. We're back. And so we resume. I guess I'd start with you, Leonard. You're kind of the star of the show right now.
Yeah. They see me and they have reacted, I take it.
Strider and Christiana have for sure.
And I told them what I took her out because she was casting a ritual spell and I thought she was looking for them and I couldn't let that happen.
Correct.
So yeah, we already went over that. So I think we're good for now. Now we need to come up with a plan of now what are we going to do?
Well, a couple things right? They're still looking for you, right? This group found you and you dealt with them. There could very possibly be other groups, and you are still in a woods that is misty and full of monstrous creatures.
Yep. And to go anywhere near that green dragon by the lake, we're going to run into a whole bunch of those angries, which I don't think in our condition that we could take out.
So how long does the hut last?
8 hours.
And we'll say it's 1 p.m. Your long rest cannot even begin until 10 p.m.
I'm sorry, say that?
You can only have a long rest once every 24 hours.
Okay.
Well, so
You still have a short rest.
Yeah, you can have as many short rests as you want.
presumably they stopped because they found Gloin's body, right?
Yes.
So if we hit that, we could hopefully hide out in the hut, if that's what you guys want to do.
I want at least a short rest to get some life back, get some spells back. We can't get the
And
long rest.
Olaf has that feast spell, which gives us a huge buff.
So what happens if I create a specter from that woman?
Ooh.
You do it.
Yeah, well, what? She's under my control.
So you get the creature Spectre.
Oh, so whatever that specter is, not necessarily her.
Correct.
And I would say that I could cast the tiny hut again and again as a ritual.
If that's what you want to do.
I'd say at least a short rest so we get some. I mean, I'm almost down. I'm sure if I get hit by hungry, I'm down.
Yeah, I have 11 hit points. So, so Olaf has that Hero's Feast spell. 10-minute casting time, 1 hour to consume the feast. All the creatures that partake, their hit point maximum increases by 2d10. And advantage on wisdom saving throws, immune to poison and to being frightened. So, like against the dragon, immune to being frightened is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna need everything we can get against that green dragon.
Well, now that we have our own huge dead dragon,
Who has limitations? You need to pay attention to my limitations. That terrifying breath. Once they roll a good save, they're no longer terrified of me for over 24 hours.
sure.
So it's not like a fire breath that can get recharged and hit over and over again.
You're still hitting for 30 points.
Well, fire breath was 55 points. This is only 40.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
We're talking about angry that have 250 hit points.
Yeah, but there's 6 of us. 8 if you count the droids.
And okay. You
I'm
better
not
be
saying it's
all up
gonna
to
be
your
easy.
max hit points.
Which is why this feast sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the spell, and I noticed that one of the components is a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. I don't know if he has that.
Look in your hole.
did he just get this? So the last time we leveled up was after what? Defeating. After we left the island, right? So since then, he has had the chance to go through Waterdeep, and I will say, if you are willing and everyone agrees that he spent 1,000 gold pieces to get his bowl while he was in Waterdeep.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My, I believe my log for that is the treasury is in the little cubby.
Oh.
I said
Yeah.
maybe just put a little sticky note on there to deduct 1,000.
Yeah.
IOU.
Yeah.
Just turning the page. 1,000 GP bowl.
Yeah.
You can add it however you want to later.
Yeah.
Okay. So you spend an hour in the hut and 10 minutes and an hour to consume the feast. Is that what we're saying, team?
Yes. I think that's the plan.
So, Gloin, Leonard, as they're doing this, is there anything you want to do you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs as they taking their short rest? And you can feel the time just ticking away.
Well, there's nothing. I mean, I don't need any healing, and I don't need anything.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can talk you into doing anything stupid.
Oh, okay.
Well, that shouldn't be difficult. What do you want me to do, stupid?
Wander off on your own?
Did we drag Gloin's body in here?
It was not stated.
Well, I would do that because we don't want to be found again.
Yeah, so as Olak begins his ritual of casting the Hero's Feast, you go out and you start to drag Gloin's body in. Does anyone help him?
Strider will.
Yeah, the three of you drag his body in, and Strider, you in particular, look at the ground. You can see it's all mussed up, and the three of you try to conceal clean up the blood mess, and there's all these bodies. So you drag those wretched creatures across it. Now, as you're doing this, you are very aware of not only the wretched bodies and the hungry bodies, but there's also the cultist bodies.
So,
Maybe do a search of those bodies.
Sure.
Something's keeping those wretched at bay.
So I have Ruckus and Strider and Christiana doing this. Now, Noel, does Barkworm have to stay in the tiny hut?
Yes, I have to stay in the tiny hut. My book can go outside, but I don't really have any reason to go out there much. I'll let them do the business.
So, Gloin, Grolgark, Leonard, you can willfully switch back to Gloin if you want.
That's the only way you can come into the hut, by the way.
Well, I can only turn into a ghost dragon 3 times in a day, so.
Yeah, so maybe you don't want to.
Well, I mean, I can only do it for an hour, and they're going to be doing this feast for an hour, so it's going to be gone anyway.
Well, that's your call. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'll switch into Glory and I'll come inside.
And then all the hungry attack. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so you turn back into Gloin.
And then all the hungry attack again?
That's what I was kidding about, yeah. But no.
Smart ass.
So I texted Ken. He doesn't need the bowl because the spell comes. He has a wondrous item, and that's where the spell is coming from.
Oh.
So it has three charges of the spell tied to the wondrous item.
Okay, so I'll erase that from the.
Yeah.
Okay. You've dragged the body. Why don't you give me some nature or survival? Give me some survival checks, especially Strider, Christiana, and Ruckus. Why don't you each give me a survival check to see how well you clean up hide the remains? Three of you with the bodies. That should be pretty easy for you.
17 from Christiana.
Strider and Glenn? Christian and Glenn, are you rolling? Are you on mute?
My computer locked up. If you want to roll a d20 plus 3 for me.
A 3 on the die, 6 total. Not so great. Glenn, how'd you do?
I got a 7. I really wanted to get Gold's body. I'm not as worried about the rest of them.
Yeah, no, this was concealing that his body was there. As you are seem to be more distracted by his stuff, his fancy chest plate and whatever else was on his body. You drag his body back into the tiny hut, and how about Gloin? What do you, as they're doing dragging that body back into the tiny hut? What are you? You're investigating the rest of the bodies, the cultist and the ZS guy person.
Sure. And it doesn't have a limitation of how long I can create a specter. I guess once it's created, it's created.
That's right. Did you?
As it has been did longer than a minute, and it died violently. It definitely died violently.
Oh yeah. You create a specter. You control it.
Yep.
Not sure I like the icon, but. All right. Is there any time restraint on it, or just do it?
Yeah, just targets a humanoid within 10 feet of it that has been dead for no longer than 1 minute and died violently.
Yeah.
It rises as a specter in the space of its corpse or in the nearest unoccupied space. It's under my control, and I can't have more than one.
Yeah. So that's a challenge rating level 1, 22 hit point thing, right? And
Okay.
you ought to be able to find it in the monster manual. But who knows, right? I think that is a monster manual creature, so you ought to be able to find it.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. Christiana, you've covered up the remains. Strider and Ruckus were a little bit more focused on the Gloin's body itself. So, what are you doing?
Like after?
Yeah. So you've just taken care of Gloin. You have all these cultists and this Ziask lady. I don't know what that die rolls for.
Sorry, that was me by accident. I meant to display it in VTT so everybody could read it.
I still don't know what it was for.
It was for the Heroes Feast.
To do what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't worry about it. Back to the dialogue. There's dead bodies in the ground.
So there's Zeos, and then there's the Hungry. Yeah, so she'd probably go to Strider and say, should we try to hide her body too?
I mean, I took these off the table, but you have all these dead bodies here?
They're there as well. Well, I guess first of all, certainly she would look to see if there's anything valuable.
Yeah. So give me an investigation check. Matter of fact, why don't you each give me an investigation? The four of you, give me an investigation check.
I don't think that'll be necessary. 18. Actually rolled pretty poorly.
Gloin, Strider, Ruckus.
22.
Leonard, would you like me
Plus
to?
8.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yes.
I had a plus 8 and advantage and only rolled an 18.
Gloin got a
what was
12.
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation. Strider, you with me, Christian?
I can hear you, Dave, but my computer locked up on restarting, and so you can roll for me, and I got a plus nothing.
All right, that's what I'm looking for you to say, man.
Cool.
So 14. All right, so 12, 14, 18, and what did you say, Ruckus? For Ruckus?
22.
22? Okay, so on the cultists, you discern that these are not just cultists, but they're also druids. And so, but on their bodies, that they're wearing studded leather armor, and they brownish scimitar. So, but for Ziaz, the main person, what you find is an onyx figurine of a horse.
I wonder if that was that nightmare. Maybe the nightmare that she was riding can change into that icon.
Probably a pretty good guess.
How come? Do we want to bring it back? It would be nice to have a horse. Is a nightmare something we don't really want out in the real world?
Yeah, so Christiana, why don't you give me either a history check or something to jog your memory of what a nightmare is.
$19.
Yeah, so you know that nightmares, they're generally evil creatures.
What I figured.
So it's not something that necessarily does the bidding of whoever controls it.
Strahd rode one.
Certainly not good-natured or even neutral-natured people.
Probably best to be destroyed then.
If you can.
I know people who can.
Ruckus.
Here.
So yeah, first let's finish. What do you do with this onyx figurine of a horse?
Do you think it would be fair that Christiana would that Christiana would think the risk level is low enough to take it with her to to somebody in her organization who could then dispose of it?
Well, first of all, there's been no check to know if this is a magical item or not. It just stands out, and you guys are all speculating, right? So, if this were some way of conjuring a nightmare, you would be at least a little concerned about knowing how it's triggered.
Right.
So,
Do you want me to do an Arcana check?
you can, or you can take it to somewhere at Arcana.
I mean, I have advantage on Arcana.
All right, there you go.
19.
Yeah, so you feel that as long as you don't try to attune to this or summon it, you should be able to carry it with you.
Okay. So that's what she would do. So I'll hold on to this now.
Well,
I know someone who can.
You might say, if it's okay with everyone else to be part of the team. Okay.
She's merely concerned. She doesn't want it falling into the wrong hands. She doesn't want to leave it in that wrong path where someone else can.
All right. Ruckus, you had like a 22 on your investigation, right? So one thing you notice about this Zias character, and you find in common with all of the other characters in here, I'm trying to go on screen, is each of them have this brooch, this pendant, if you would. She has it, as do each of the cultists. Glenn, are you with me?
There we go. Sorry. I was muted. Yes. I heard.
Okay.
So I see the pendant has a little skull on it.
And you find it on the robes of each of the cultists.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
We want to keep one?
Now you tell me.
Yeah, why not? I've probably got a dagger.
boy.
I want to keep one.
Yeah, so you unpin it from her cloak, from her chest plate, and what do you do with it? Hand it to Christiana and say, here, carry this for me.
And you guys got detect magic or something like that? I don't think I do.
So I'm just going to interrupt here for a second. I'd like to bring my spell book down at this point. So between Christiana and Strider, just kind of like slowly, creepy over their shoulders.
Yeah, so over your shoulder, between Christiana and Strider, floats the spellbook that you know that Barkworm has been controlling.
Allah could do detect magic as a ritual later.
And you would hear from back
Okay.
saying, I can cast detect magic as well.
Okay. And so, Gloin has summoned a spirit out of this woman.
Yeah, Spectre.
Got a little puppet ghost now, Mr. Ghost.
Yeah. Don't you love the irony?
So, Gloin, what do we do with your body? Are you going to try to get back into it, or do we bury it, or what?
I can't get back into it that I know of. Not without resurrection, and none of you can do that. I would like to not see it being eaten by the creatures of the forest and those freaking wretched, so I would like it buried and covered in rocks.
So one thing, Leonard, is that your physical body is here on the mortal plane, but a duplicate physical body also exists in Avernus, where your other physical body is. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
so you have another identical physical body with all of its stuff is in this Avernus, this first layer of the Nine Hells. All right, and you are able
That's the
to.
only one that can be saved, though, or brought back.
That is the one that could be saved or brought back. Correct.
Okay.
This one is done. The remains are not
I
necessary.
have feelings for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I what you said still counts and is valid and makes sense.
Okay, sorry, and I that's sort of a sidetrack. We're if you want us to finish up with investigating these bodies and then get ourselves back in the hut.
Yes.
Anything else worth doing with these bodies, or
You're talking to each other.
yeah? I mean, I wanted to get his body, and we've now checked to see if there was anything worthwhile with these cultists, but then we should get out of sight, I think.
Somebody talk to him.
Can you hear me?
I did. I
Talk
can.
to who? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Ruckus.
I can't talk to Ruckus. At least.
You got Strider, you got Christiana, you have Gloin all standing right there, and he's talking to you.
Can you hear me now?
There, I hear you.
Yes.
Yes, Wes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Christiana would agree that we should get off the path. The question is, do we want to leave the cultists out in the middle of the path, or do we want to hide their bodies too? Probably be a good idea to hide them in case anybody comes walking along here.
Hey, Strider, how many times can you do your mold earth trick?
Yeah. 1 second. Get my computer back up to.
I can make for some quick burials. But I don't know, does that cost you spell slots?
Yes.
No. No, the mold earth is a cantrip.
Okay.
So, I can make my 5-foot cube. So yeah, we can definitely. I mean, that's a cantrip. It's at will. So yeah, we can snip off a few of those and a bulk grave somewhere, or a couple. We don't want Gloin with them, so not a problem.
Yeah, Gloin, we could take some time and do it in the hut, but if you want to clean up these guys, I think that's the quickest way to do it.
Yeah, I can do that. Unfortunately, I'm still blind to the game map, but I can access my sheet at least. So wherever we want them, I can do them.
And as you start to talk about this, you hear a creature coming from the woods behind, as confirmed by the mythic emulator.
Wow.
Roar comes one of those hungry looking creatures that you'd battled just a little while earlier. Roll initiative.
That's good.
Does Ruckus snap off his whole monster?
No, that was like 5 turns ago.
All right, just checking.
Initiative, huh? Well, Dave said he wanted to.
Glenn, you got cut off there, man. I didn't hear you. Are you guys still there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem. Might have lost Glenn, but.
All right. Oops. Oops. All right. Gloin, what'd you get for initiative? You want? Oh, I should roll it for you, huh?
Yes.
Well, I'm not rolling better than you. Barkworm, initiative.
Just came out 9.1.
Strider, initiative.
Okay, 1 second.
Christiana, initiative.
16.
16.
Strider was 15.
15. All right. Ruckus. If you're talking, man, we can't hear you. Rolling for him. We already have 4. We're going to make him a probably, I'll make him a 5. Olak is busy with something else. So let's do this.
There we go. Do you hear me now?
I can. Would you like to roll your own initiative? You want to roll your own initiative.
I got a 19.
That's much better than I had for you. So you would start as bursting out of the fog. Just before you can see it, you hear this monstrous creature that ungodly you had not heard the likes of before because you weren't in the last battle.
Yep. Is it my turn? Am I going first?
Yeah, you're going first.
Yeah.
Just coming into view, stepping over the dead bodies is this, I don't know, emaciated creature with a disjointed mouth, charging at you.
Point of clarification. Is this before the feast or after the feast?
This is before the feast.
Okay.
As we were
After
still
the 1 hour rest?
no, you were no, none of that because this was in the 10 minutes.
Right.
We were investigating the bodies, waiting for the feast to get prepared.
That's
So
good.
Ruckus.
I just want to make sure of the timing.
Yep, makes sense. Glenn, you're up.
Bonus action.
Yeah, go
Bonus
ahead.
action turn into a were shark.
Okay.
And then move over to that thing, and I'm going to need you to roll these for me and do my 2 bite attacks.
What do we call it if we don't call it a shark? All right. What are we doing? Talk me through it.
The closest one,
Yep.
2 bite attacks,
Okay.
+9 to hit.
So I need to roll the +9, the 2 attacks with +9 to hit.
Yep.
You have a hit and a miss.
Okay, does 22 piercing damage.
All right. Where'd he go? Okay. After Ruckus is Christiana. You just heard the familiar sounds of Ruckus transforming. Though you can't quite see it yet. You heard it.
I
Wes?
heard the hungry as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. You heard the hungry as well.
So it's just beyond it. It's about 10 feet, right? So just beyond.
Yeah, you just take a step forward until you can see its shape. Would you like to step forward? So take a step forward.
I was trying to move myself, but it's
Yeah.
not working. I can't move Christiana. I can't select Christiana. That's why. I will take my attacks. $13 to hit.
Nope.
And 26 to hit.
Yes.
And that does 10 points of piercing and then 3 points of lightning damage.
Oh, yeah. So as you did your attacks, Glenn, they didn't seem as effective as you'd hoped.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got Christiana's attack.
And then she will back away.
All right. You probably have a little bit more movement than that. You let's say 5 foot forward, shoot, 5 foot back. That's 10, 15. You have 15 feet left, if you want it.
Yeah, I was debating whether I'd go all the way back to the hut. I think she's just gonna stay. Well, actually, probably within sight of Strider.
And you might say something to the effect of, "Oh crap! It's another one of those things that took Gloin out."
Well, and I only have 11 hit points.
No. I'm saying for Ruckus's benefit.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I think that's your turn.
Yep.
All right, Christian Strider.
All right. So Strider I'll move up next to my buddy Ruckus. And Strider's going to wild shape into a brown bear.
Nice.
Having some Mutual of Omaha stuff going on here.
Awesome.
Okay.
Wild shape is an action, so I don't
Yep.
know whether I get to attack or not, but at a minimum, there's now a brown bear
Yep.
squaring off with this thing.
Yep.
That's my turn.
All right, Barkworm.
So I will cast Toll the Dead from my book. And that is a wisdom fail of 16.
Does it have to move forward, or is it? It has to be able to at least see it, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I have to get closer to see it.
Yeah. All right. Now it hasn't taken any damage. Oh, yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. It's taken some damage. So wisdom saving throw. Is that what I heard?
Yep, you have to fail 16, 15 or. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. So how much damage?
It's coming. Crappy roll. 18.
18. Okay. That was Barkworm. The Hungry. It begins to attack Ruckus, but then it stops short and then turns its attention to the brown bear. And makes its attack. 3 attacks. And these are all +8. Come on. Does a 16 hit the brown bear?
Yes.
Get ready for the pain.
He did all 3 swipes at the bear?
Yes. And what's funny is it seemed like it was going to go with you.
And changed his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first swipe grapples the bear as it starts to chew on it.
Not into seafood, huh?
Definitely more turf than surf.
The bear takes 27 points of damage.
Yeah, these things are no joke.
27?
Yep.
Okay.
And Gloin, you're up. And you also have a specter to control.
Yeah, so the Spectre's going to go right up to it, and let's see, a Spectre has a life drain melee attack, +4 to hit. Let's see, I guess I could go. I did finally get Foundry up. I guess I could just roll a d20 and see what it's.
Well, that's what I got it programmed to do it for you if you want me to.
Yeah, go right ahead. So
D-
+4 to hit.
That's a 19 on the die, 23 total. It hits.
Okay, so that's 3d6 necrotic damage.
Nice.
The target must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
So it would be 10 points. Constitution is going to be its strong suit, though.
Or its hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. So it automatically takes the damage.
Okay.
The Constitution save is to prevent it from reducing its maximum hit point.
Yeah, it got a 13 on the die, 16 total for.
Okay.
So it probably
So
saved on. Yeah, so it took the 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. That's the Spectre, but you still have your turn.
Yes, and I'm going to throw a Grave Bolt at it. It's +9 to hit.
Well, you can't see it from here, so you're going to have to move up.
It's a bug.
Okay.
Okay.
+9 to hit.
So roll d20 +9. $13 is a miss.
Crap.
4 on the die +9 is 13.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I think that's your turn. Ruckus.
Back to me.
Yep.
Okay. So biting it didn't do as much as I thought it should, so I'm going to try a shocking grasp.
Okay.
So +10 to hit it.
Do you need me to roll for you?
No, I can do it. So I got an 18 to hit it.
Yes.
Okay. 3d8 damage is... Oh, I'm going to use some sorcery points to reroll all 3 of those. So hang on. Clear that guy out. Oops. Try that again. Sorcery dice. That's better. 15 electric damage.
Okay. That seemed to work better. Anything else?
I don't... Any other... if you cast a spell, fly temp. I guess Can I? Has it actually like got a grip on the bear?
Oh yeah. Well, what is the size of the bear? Is it a large creature?
Yes.
All right, so he doesn't have it grappled. Does not have it grappled.
Okay.
He tried to though.
Anything I can do to sort of try to shove my way between him? Or?
Well, that would be a different action, man. That would be a shove action.
Okay. So I guess I'm just trying to get in its face as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather it hit me at this point.
Right, sure. That was Olak Ruckus. That was Ruckus. Christiana.
Okay.
You hear noise off in the fog. You can't see anything.
Move back up
Within 10 feet.
again, just within 10 feet visual,
Yeah.
and
It's crowded. But you see it.
but I can still take a shot.
Right.
I'm not getting close. No way. First shot, 16 to hit,
Nope.
20 to hit.
Yes.
10 points of piercing, and 2 points of lightning.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. Really don't have many spell slots left.
Okay.
I best leave it there.
Strider?
Yep. Okay, so bear gets 2 attacks. First one here. We'll roll for the.
I just roll them both at the same time, man. They're the same attack, right?
As far as the. Yeah, the damages are different, but the roll, you're right. So hang on. Now let's see. How do I do that? How does that work?
What I don't know what you're doing, man.
Well, I'm trying. You said
Are
put
you-
them together, but
If I was using the calculator at the bottom right hand screen, it's easy, right? You just click on the D20 twice. If you're not using that, if you're using some other sheet, then just click it twice.
but then how do I add the do I add the modifier when
I
I do that?
think it will.
Right?
So if you're using the calculator, you would add the modifier there. If you're using it on the sheet, it probably is going to do it for you.
Well, I'll do it, and then you can tell me if it's.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. So I think
a 4 and a 13.
there you go. So you got a 10 would miss, a 19 would hit.
Okay. So then we'll go. Okay, hang on. I got this.
Nine points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be as effective as you'd hoped.
Yeah.
How was it looking, Dave? It was hurt before it left us. I assume
This didn't seem well. For looking through your book, you don't see that this thing had any damage on it at all.
Damn.
That was Strider's turn. Barkworm, it's your turn.
Hold the dead again.
Wisdom saving throw.
Last. Yep, wisdom.
14.
It's a 16 to pass.
He failed.
Here comes the numbers. Looks like another 18.
18 points of damage. Okay. It swings back. Again, it looks at the were shark, and like it's about to attack, and then pulls short, and then swings at the bear. 3 attacks on the bear. These are all +8. Come on. So 18, 16, and 22. Does the 16 hit?
They all hit.
All right.
Hold on a second. Oh, come on. I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs as a reaction on him.
On reroll one of them.
Yeah, so the bear has to reroll to save.
Well, this is
no, it's an attack, right? So
Yeah.
reroll the attack.
for one of them or all 3.
The first one.
The first one.
I didn't even.
So re-rolling one of them. So 1 hit turns into a miss. So only 2 hits. I'll just say, does the 13 hit?
Yes.
It still hits. All right.
All right. So Christian, you're next. You have advantage on your next attack, ability check, or saving throw for 1 minute.
Okay.
Not gonna live.
Yeah, but the cool thing about that is it works better for him. So the bear just took 27 points of damage.
Okay, so that was way enough to put. So talk me through, because that's more than he had left by a margin.
Uh-huh.
So I would revert to myself.
And I think you take the rest, don't you?
Let me see here. Bear with me. Find it.
So you revert back to Strider with whatever hit points you had at the time, and you subtract the remaining from your hit points.
Okay, so hang on. So, all right, so you did 27. All right, so then take the balance off the bear, and then the remainder goes to me. That, and that goes down to that, and that goes to there. Okay. All right, I'm caught up. And I'm me.
Yeah, and you're not liking this so much, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, I'm okay, but I'm not great.
Yeah, knowing how this thing hits, you're not happy.
Yeah, no. Now, so here's a question, Dave. So I'm back to me, which is okay. But does the effect of Barkworm's thing that he just did, does that carry to Strider?
Yes.
Yes.
So that whole advantage on the next go or whatever?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
But that was its turn.
Yep.
And Hungry, now we're to Gloin.
Okay, so the Spectre again hits for +4.
Give me the equation, man. Roll D20. Roll D20 and add 4.
+4 to hit.
All right. So that is a 14, which is not enough.
Okay. And then Gloin, since he still has his cantrips, will also do Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So it's a Wisdom 17 save.
Failed.
And that's a roll.
3d12.
Roll. Well, it's 3d8 plus 5,
It's 12.
which I just rolled. Did it show up on?
Not yet. Oh.
I've got.
There it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled 3d12s.
Right. Wow, that's a good roll.
But it says on my thing, 3d8.
Yeah, it's your level. It's based off your level.
Because it had taken damage.
Right. And it taken damage. So 32 points. That's nice.
Yep, necrotic.
Okay. And that was going back top with Ruckus.
Okay. Yeah. That's like, what is this? Okay. Just for variety, we're gonna try something else here. I'm gonna try to zap it with a mind sliver. I would like it to fail an intelligence saving throw against an 18.
Natural 20.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
But it's -2 for an 18.
Well, that meets it, greets
That's a
it.
tie.
Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Let's see what psychic damage. Yeah, and this is a cantrip, so it's not a half or anything, so it didn't work.
Christiana. Wes.
One more game. One more shot. It should be hurting by now, right?
Maybe half.
Yeah. Wishful thinking, I guess. 30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Holy shit.
And 27 to hit.
How much damage? Oh, you got 2 hits. 2 hits.
Two hits, yeah. That is 16 piercing. And 8 points of lightning.
My daughter just bought a house.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Ellie and Marcos in Raleigh. Actually,
Good for that.
Congratulations.
is it Durham? Like the Durham Bulls? Durham? Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I forgot. Actually, the third attack, because I can use my bonus action
Yep.
attack. So let's use that. That'll miss.
Okay. Christiana Strider, back to you. Face to face with this guy with bad breath. And he, for some reason, doesn't want to attack Ruckus.
Yeah, that's not great.
But
All right.
he keeps beating on you. I don't know. Maybe you want to disengage, but you could hit him with something from a distance. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Thing of it is, I'm running out of. I don't have a lot left to throw here. Might as well give this a shot. So, we extended in against this guy. Okay, we're gonna go with poison spray cantrip.
Okay.
Puff of noxious gas.
What's the save?
Constitution failing throw.
Six. I had you at it. It's 6. He rolled a 3 on the die, plus 3, 6.
Okay, so he failed, which is awesome. So that's 1, 2, okay. So he takes 10 points of poison damage.
All right. And to try Barkworm.
Hold it in. All we got, really. Did I cast it?
No, I that was his save, 17.
He saved.
All right, so nothing, right?
Correct.
Its turn. Strider's still there, so he's gonna attack Strider. Sorry, man.
I'm not a bear anymore. Does that matter?
Not really. You had advantage on your attack, by the way. Did you use that? Or did it not matter because you did the spray thing and it hit anyway? So, I don't know. Give me a roll. Just make sure you don't roll a natural 20.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, all right. So, what's your max damage? I'll add it to it.
1 second. 36
What?
for the cantrip.
3d12.
Nice. No, it wasn't Toll the Dead, though. You used poison spray or whatever.
It's a 3d12 too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right. Sadly, he didn't like that. First swing, see if he grapples. This is +8. That's unnatural 20. He grapples. Next two rolls are with advantage. First roll hits. Second roll hits. Thankfully, there was no nat 20s in there. All right. 3d8 plus 12. 1, 2, 3. Plus 12. Roll. 25 points of damage to Strider. And we are
Very neighborly.
glowing.
Yeah, the Spectre again.
Which save was it?
The save is only to see if it reduces its maximum hit points.
Oh, well, it failed this time.
Oh, the hungry. Okay, but I think my was it a roll to hit?
You rolled an 11, which missed.
+4 is 15, which missed.
All right, so nothing happened.
Right. So then, Gloin is doing Toll the Dead again.
All right. I'll take the 2 on that.
I'm sorry, what?
It failed.
Okay. So it's 3D
3d12.
plus. There we go. Waiting for my screen. I just had to switch back from Foundry.
I don't think there is any plus. I think it's just 3d12.
No, it's +5.
I don't think so. Guys, the Toll of the Dead, you don't get any bonus to that, do you?
No.
Yeah, I do. It's +5.
I don't.
Come on, roll it. There it goes. 33 this time.
Nice. Wow. It's doing it for you, so... Oh. Well, you guys did a lot of damage that last round, because it does finally fall down. And as it falls, you hear more rustling in the background. You hear noises off in the distance like they're approaching.
Back to the hut.
Yeah,
Now,
for sure.
now is the time to bravely run away.
So, that was Strider. Strider, or I'm sorry, Gloin, what do you do?
I'm a ghost. I'm impervious to anything that's going to come along. But I mean, if there's room in the hut, I guess we can all. Actually, I'd like to stay outside and monitor what's coming.
Okay. So you sit yourself right here on this rock.
Well, I will hide into the. I can hide.
Hide in the tree. Okay. Ruckus.
I'll haul ass into the hut.
Haul ass into the hut. Christiana Strider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely going to the hut. Strider is bleeding profusely.
And Barkroom's already there. Okay, you bring your spell book back into the hut, I'm sure.
Yes.
And maybe Glowing, you're next to the hut so you can hear and talk to him if you needed to.
Okay.
Okay. Any conversation before we enter evening? Maybe Ruckus, you share your observation.
Yeah, the thing he looked right at me 2 or 3 times and did attack Strider instead. So he knew. I don't know if he knew I was impervious to his attacks or what, but that was bad news for Strider. I think I might have some healing stuff. I'll have to look.
I would. Barkworm has a really high investigation and perception, and he would say, "Well, what's that thing on your chest? Is that a brooch?"
Oh, I just had it in my hand or in my pocket. I don't know that I was wearing it, but
Oh, I thought you were wearing it. Sorry.
I'd forgotten about that.
oh, but yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe. I was attacking it though, but yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Do you think we should go out and collect the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
As there's a voice from outside the hut.
So,
Sarcasm.
in this time, before you go do that, you probably have your feast. And take a short rest. That seems like the more prudent thing than leaving the hut again.
yeah.
Do both of those
Agreed.
things, in my opinion. Can we settle that before we end for the night?
Yes, you may settle that before you end for the night. All right,
So
so
taking a long rest.
no, we're not taking a long rest. You are not able to take. You are not able to take a long rest because it's only like 2 p.m.
No, we can't long rest until 10 p.m.
Correct.
I guess what I meant, are we taking a long rest before next week? Like, are we planning to take a long rest, or are we
No.
taking a short rest and then going back out and doing
We
more stuff?
could. I mean, theoretically, we could.
You can spend the next what did I say it was 2 p.m. You could spend the next 8 hours in this tiny hut and then recast it again. You could make that choice. There could be random adventures, encounters between now and then, right? Things might stumble upon you.
The other thing is, the feast only lasts 24 hours.
The feast lasts 24 hours?
The effects.
The effects.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So maybe we don't do the feast until. So, do we do the long rest? I guess that's the question to ask ourselves now.
Well,
I vote yes. But
eventually you'll get a long rest, but what are you doing for the next 8 hours? That's my first question.
rest. That would be my recommendation, is that we rest until we can get our full strength back.
All right. So we had talked about a hero's feast. Does that happen? Yes or no?
The uninitiated.
No, I should back that up. I'm sorry. Time out. He had started the hero's feast, and that's when this encounter happened. So I think the hero's feast is happening, right? Because we had done that before that encounter. So I think that's going to happen. We said it was going to happen. So now we've had the hero's feast. It's been an hour. It's 2 p.m. Right? You've eaten for an hour plus. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have to eat for an hour to get the benefits.
That's right. That's right. You've been in the hut. You've cast the hero's feast. You've eaten for an hour. You've been in there. You get the effects of whatever the hero's feast. And so that's where we're at right now. You've had the effects of the hero's feast have started right now. Now you have the choice of, you could take another long rest, or not long rest, take a short rest, or you can go investigate the body some more.
See, the bodies really aren't going anywhere.
You never know.
It's true.
At some point during that hour, the wretched show up again, and they devour the main chick lady.
I think that's conclusive evidence then the brooch is the key to getting rid of these guys' problems. We should go get all the brooches as soon as possible. Just go out there and get the brooches, come back. No dilly-dallying.
I'll go get them.
Well, you can't.
Oh.
At least not easily.
I can't pick things up.
Yeah, well, you have that one ability that allows you to push things, and then, or you can transfer into your dragon, and it has some physical abilities as well. But as
I can have this.
Yeah, so I can go get them invisible, but I don't want to spend any more spell slots on trivial stuff.
I could have the Spectre pick them up and take them to you.
there you go. I don't know.
I think then that's what we should do. Simple, easy.
All right. So you each, and do you want to use a ritual and do detect magic on them? Maybe.
Yeah, I would do that.
What is dispel magic and detect magic? Yeah. So you detect that there is some sort of warding on those brooches.
Is that the only that enchantment? Is that the only type?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not cursed.
No. Well.
All right.
Yeah. Right.
Well, not that as far as I can tell.
Right.
Detect magic.
Right.
I think these are safe to wear, guys.
Okay.
And I'll start to put one on for me.
I rolled 2d10 and got a 15.
All right. You can't roll before telling me and then rolling.
I was about to tell you, for the hit point increase for the feast.
All right. That's fine. That's fine. Please ask for rolls, though, okay?
Yep.
Okay, guys. So, we did make progress, right? We learned about Gloin, what happened to Gloin. We learned about this party. She was pretty badass, and so I'm a little sad that you dispensed with her so fast. But I kind of expected you to take care of the cultists, and then she would like run away or talk to you, but there was no chance for that. You just gone. All right. And then you learned about the brooch. So this pendant thing, which should help us move along to get to the next stage, so that next time we play, we should be able to make our way to Neronvain and Chuth's lair.
Okay.
All right.
So
We should get a list of Leonard's possessions that we can divide them up.
Yeah. So with the detect magic spell active, Barkworm would note that he's got some cool stuff, but none of it's magical. Like somehow with his death, with his passing, all of his magical items are no longer magical.
Well, his armor was like lightweight.
Fair enough. Yes, his breastplate that was it mithril? I think it was, is still mithril.
Yeah.
That's true enough. Yep. But I don't know that you can. Can you wear that?
Should be able to.
All right. Yeah.
Well, what was it?
If I can wear mithril, she should be able to wear mithril.
Well, it depends. If it's heavy armor, I can't wear it.
Mithril allows anyone.
Well, look it up and know for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That could be an assignment for you, Wes.
Okay. And then he had an axe, right?
Yeah, but now it's all mundane. It's all just normal equipment.
Normal X. Yeah. Someone needs to take the diamond.
Yep.
And then if you had any potions on him or spell scrolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna say all those are mundane now. Because he would have those in Avernus.
Okay.
The diamond you would have, that's fine. Any gems or any coins you can have, that's fine. His clothing, that's fine. The mithril makes sense to me. You can have that. That's not really truly magical. It's just the state of the material. Okay. So next,
Can we summarize either now or before the next time we meet the outcome of and perks and benefits of the feast? Because we've been talking about it and we got stuff being tossed around, and I'm lost as to what we get.
All right, I'm on screen. All right, and off to the right hand side of my screen is the spell. All right, and Wes rolled the 2d10 and got a 15.
Yep.
So a creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all disease and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage, and hit point maximum increases by 15. And it gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours. So 2 p.m. the next day.
So we gain 15 points.
Your hit points,
hit point maximum.
your hit point maximum increased by 15, and you gained 15 hit points. All right. So when we return in 2 weeks.
So in your character sheet, if you click on your hit points, there's a max hit point modifier. So you can just type in 15 there. That's the easiest way.
Okay.
And then we also have a short rest.
Yeah, so we'll throw that on there. And you can right now, do a short rest if you want one. And then in 2 weeks when we return, it will be 3 p.m. and we can discuss where you want to go from there. If you want to stay in the hut for 7 hours, or if you want to move on to something else. Okay?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Safe travels. I hope you have a great, I hope all your family time is good and not too contentious.
Stay warm.
Yeah, are you going to Charlotte at all?
I'm in Charlotte.
You're in Charlotte, yeah.
Well,
Still, so I understand it's cold for Charlotte.
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be in the, I think, low 20 tomorrow.
As the high?
Check.
That because that's
37.
yeah. All right, high of 37. That's cold. A high of 20 would be extraordinary for Charlotte.
Yeah, low of 11 though overnight.
Yeah. Well, the high, like I was telling Ken earlier, the high tomorrow is 0 here in Peoria. So hopefully none of your pipes freeze.
Hope not.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts?
No,
No.
I'm good.
Okay. Are we about done with the little short rest? I see people working on it.
I'm still working on it. I gotta do the arcane recovery. And I can't remember. Do I have to use arcane recovery to get my spell slots back, or do I get half of them back?
Well, I'll trust you to look that up and figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bye.
Bye, Leonard.
Everybody, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Hey.